Hello everybody, Coach Aaron here from over at Summers Fitness, and as you can see, I've got a little bit of a different background than what you guys might be used to seeing me in. So this is a setup that Coach Todd has set up because yoga is one of the things that we do here at Summers Fitness. We offer that at least once a week because mobility and flexibility is one of the most important aspects of working out and fitness that is commonly overlooked. So Todd has this oasis set up for us, trying to find our zen. And that's something I'm going to be talking to you guys about today is stretching or mobility. Like I said, that's commonly something that's overlooked when it comes to fitness. We all know the benefits, we all know it's good for us, but it's one of those things that we just don't do. Why? I don't know, but hopefully me talking about this a little bit is going to motivate you guys more to want to do some stretching. So like I said, there's plenty of different benefits and different things that you guys are going to see results in when it comes to mobility and flexibility, and I have a few of them written down right here. So we've got stress relief. It releases tension, improves your range of motion. It's going to actually cause you guys to have better workouts, and it's going to also boost your blood flow and circulation, which also increases your recovery. It means that you're going to recover a lot quicker. You're going to be able to go a lot harder the next day. Enhances your mood. I know we all need that, especially when in Ohio we don't get a whole lot of vitamin D. It also improves your posture, which is something that's super important, especially when we're living in a day and age where we're constantly on our phones, we're constantly on our computers. So there's many more benefits of flexibility and mobility. And like I said before, yoga is one thing that we actually offer at least once a week because you got to hit your workouts hard every week, and we're giving you an excuse, or we're forcing you to take a day off, or you know, show your body some love and work on some other aspects of fitness that you might be neglecting if you're off on your own. So that's kind of why we have this set up, to kind of force you guys to be able to do some flexibility or mobility type of stuff. So when it comes to stretching, there's basically two different types of stretching that I want to talk about today. So we've got static stretching and we've got dynamic stretching. So both of them are great to do. Both of them are going to improve your workouts and they're going to improve your recovery time, but you want to do them at different times. So your dynamic stretching is something that's meant to warm up your body. It's meant to warm up your muscles so you don't get injured. That's something you want to do before a workout. So dynamic stretching is going to be more moving around. That's why we take a few minutes beforehand to get warmed up, and we actually require our clients to come in early so that they could get warmed up so they could prevent injuries and have a safer, more effective workout. Static stretching is the type of stretching we all know of, that you're going to hold a stretch for a certain amount of time. Now, a lot of people ask the question, how long should I hold a stretch? How often should I stretch? Well, you want to hold a stretch between 15 to 30 seconds. I always shoot for 20, and you can stretch every day if you want to, but I recommend if you're just getting into stretching, at least start off with 3 times a week, maybe even more, and you're going to see pretty quick benefits from it. Yes, it does take a few minutes, but it's something that should be added into your daily routine when it comes to working out, especially if you're working out a lot, because you're going to feel a lot better. You're going to recover a lot quicker too. So today I'm going to show you a few band stretches. Now, if you don't have a band, you could also pull out a towel and do the same type of stretches at home. But actually, this is something, these stretches that I'm about to show you, and band stretching is something that Summer used to require of all of her clients after a workout. So when I first signed up, before I became a coach here back in 2009, Summer trained me for speed and agility, and every client got one of these. And the reason why is because she made us do stretches after every workout. Because she knew it was going to make us feel a lot better. It's going to make us recover a lot quicker too. So I recommend that you do the same thing. Get yourself a band. We actually offer those here to give to you. So if you are interested in getting a band, come on in. We'd love to help you out. But I'm going to show you a few stretches that we do. All right. So with your band, you want to put it right around the ball of your foot. We're going to take one side and we're going to wrap it around so you have this loop. Now, if you're at home and you're stuck with just a towel, you don't have a band, you can wrap the towel around just like this, and that should be sufficient too. So either way works. First stretch we're going to do, and you want to do these on both legs for sure so you don't get any muscle imbalances. And like I said, we're going to do these for a total, I'm going to shoot for 20 seconds, but you can do it anywhere between 15 to 30 seconds. So the first one we're going to do is we're just going to keep our leg completely straight. We're going to try to point our toe back towards our body, and we're just going to slightly pull on the band. Now, when you're stretching, when you're doing a static stretch while we're holding this out, you don't want to go to the point where you're extremely uncomfortable or where you're in a lot of pain. A lot of people think that the further you go on your stretches, the better it is, but actually that could be detrimental. And actually static stretching before a workout could be detrimental to your workout too, which is why we have the two different types. You want to do that dynamic one before. So let's hold this out a few more seconds. And now we're going to relax. So like I said, you want to go to the point where it's just slightly uncomfortable. You don't want to go to the point of pain. One, you're going to get discouraged, but also it could be detrimental to your muscles too. So find that point of slight discomfort, and the more that you do this, the more you're going to see your range of motion is going to improve. You might be able to go a little bit further, but like I said, don't go to that point of pain. So now we're going to lay it on back. All we're going to do is just pull it on back. For me, this is my range of motion. A lot of you might be able to go a little bit further. Some of you might be able to go less, but go to that point of slight discomfort. You want to keep your leg completely straight and point your toe back towards your body. This is one where a lot of people, they try to go a little bit further, but they bend their leg. That's kind of taking the pressure or the tension off of your hamstrings where we want to stretch. So I know it's a little bit uncomfortable, but straighten that leg out completely and point that toe back. This is also a good point or a good time for us to work on our breathing, which is something that's going to help you out too in all of your workouts. So once we're done with that, what we're going to do is we're going to keep that same position. We're going to hold on to that band. We're actually just going to let our leg hang down to the side. So this is my range of motion here. You want to keep your shoulder blades and your back on the ground completely, and you should feel this one in right through here in your leg. Let's hold that one out. Same thing, keep your leg completely straight, point your toe back towards that body. You should be feeling it right in through here. Completely try to relax everything. Now I'm somebody who I thought that my hips and my hamstrings were extremely flexible, but after doing yoga with Coach Todd, I found out quickly that it's actually, this part of my body is pretty flexible, but what we're going to stretch out next is extremely inflexible, and I think that's what leads to a lot of my back pain. So now we're going to pull it across our body, same thing. Try to keep your shoulder blades on the ground. Hold on to that band. And this one, you're going to feel right in through here. So this is the part in my body that's extremely inflexible, and I would imagine a lot of you guys are feeling the same thing. So hold this one out. This is a great one for us to work on. If you control that breathing, if you start to take some nice deep breaths, it actually helps you kind of get into the stretch a little bit more. That helps relax your body too. All right, so now what we're going to do, you don't necessarily need the band for this exercise, but we're going to cross our leg over. I like to pull on the band a little bit and my knee in towards that chest, and that's going to work right in through here, the piriformis, and loosening this up also could take some tension off of your lower back if you are somebody that suffers from low back pain like me. Let's hold this one out. Especially from sitting or walking all day, whatever it might be that you're doing, this is a point in your body that could get really tensed up. So just try to relax it as much as possible. All right, now for this next one, I'm actually gonna flip it around so you guys can still see me and so I can still talk to you while we're doing it. We're actually gonna bring the band up and over our head right here. And this is gonna stretch out our hip flexor a little bit. You're gonna feel this stretch all throughout here. It's gonna stretch out your quad and just try to hold it out. Hold it out. Just relax everything, control that breathing. All right, and rest. And you know what? Let's flip it over to the other side. Let's do those same stretches on our other leg. We want to be equal. We don't want to have any muscle imbalances. And that leg should feel pretty loose, all throughout your body. Now, the legs aren't the only thing that you want to stretch when you are stretching. Whatever you worked on that day, that's a good rule of thumb to stretch the muscles that you worked on. So a lot of people just focus on the legs, and we'll hold this calf stretch out here. Once again, straighten out that leg, point the toe back towards that body, and pull on that band slightly. So yes, we're stretching our legs today, but there's plenty of arm stretches you can do. In fact, there's a lot of arm stretches you can do with a band too. But today we're just gonna focus on our legs. Now, if you do have a band, or you could use your towel for this too, this could also be a good way to strengthen your calves. Calves are a thing that a lot of us neglect. So you could actually just hold on your band if you wanted to focus on strengthening them up, and almost like a gas pedal, press on that band, and you should start feeling that in through your calf. All right, let's lay it on back. Let's work on our hamstrings a little bit. I've seen a lot of people do this stretch. Don't recommend doing this because you could actually pull a muscle, which would be very painful and keep you out of working out for a while. But they actually turn this stretch into a ballistic movement and try to increase the range of motion by pulling on it. If you see people doing that, most of the time they're athletes or experts that know what they're doing. If you don't know what you're doing with that kind of stretch, I don't recommend doing it. Start with the static stretches. So let's hold this one out. Straighten that leg out completely, point that toe back, and oh yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm a little bit uncomfortable, but that's good. Not going to the point of pain. Let's hold it out. All right, let's let it hang down to the side. Stretch out our inner thigh muscles. For a lot of people, these muscles right here are extremely tight or extremely weak too, so you could be feeling this quite a bit. The hips are especially something that we've been focusing on lately when we do yoga in here. So let's hold this one out. Like I said, we do offer yoga at least once a week. Yeah, definitely helps out a lot. Members definitely love it. Like I said, we're hitting those workouts harder and harder each day. Sometimes we need to be forced to take a day of rest or take a day where we do focus on our mobility or flexibility, because all we want to focus on is working out, but this is extremely important. You're going to feel when you work on your stretching, if you are doing yoga or anything like that too, it's actually going to work on your core strength, and you're going to get a lot stronger, and your workouts are going to be a lot better because of it too. So let's pull this across our body. Let's hold this one out and loosen up the outside of our hip and our lower back a little bit. Take some deep breaths. Hold it out. All right. So now let's cross that leg over, pull it on in on the band, and pull on our knee at the same time. Let's hold this one out. Oh yeah, you should feel it right in through here. Now I've gotten asked the question a lot. So the longer you hold a stretch, that means it's better for you, right? Well, there is a certain point that you reach. So the longer you stretch does not mean that. There's a certain point that you reach that if you stretch for that length and you try to stretch longer, there's actually no benefit to it. I believe it's at 30 seconds. I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. So if you're holding a stretch for longer than like a minute, then I probably wouldn't hold it any longer, because there's actually no benefit to that. All right, let's flip it around. Let's pull this over our head, stretch out our hip flexor and our quad, and then we'll wrap up here. Let's hold this out. I would imagine if you are following along to this, you're probably feeling pretty good at this point. Just take your mind away from what's going on in the world around you right now. Focus on this. See, and this is a quick little routine that
you don't have to spend a half hour, you don't have to spend an hour a day stretching, but you know, if you take 5 minutes a day or you take 10 minutes a day stretching, I think you're gonna see you do that every day, or at least start off with that 3 times a week. I think you're gonna see those benefits pretty quickly from doing that, even just from doing that. Like I said, stretching is one of those things that we know we should be doing, but we don't do it. We know all the benefits of it, but we still don't do it. The same with nutrition. So me, myself, you know, I've neglected my stretching too, it seems like, but I just from doing that, I feel a lot better. I've had a lot of low back pain lately, so I feel like that's actually relieved some of my low back pain and my hip pain too. So I hope you guys feel the same way. But like I said, working out hard every single day is, you know, that can be actually extremely detrimental to your body. We all think the harder we work out, the more that we work out, or the longer that we work out, the more results we're gonna see, but that actually is not true. Give yourself permission to take a day off, or take a day to focus on mobility or flexibility. You know, take that time after your workout to do that static stretch. Take that time before your workout to warm up and get that dynamic stretch. But I hope that this helps. I know I've done some stretching videos in the past, but nothing like with bands. So, you know, pull out that towel or pull out that band if you guys have access to that. If not, come on in and we'll give you guys a band. But flexibility is something that we practice, something that we preach, so continue to work on that. If you guys can do that after all of your workouts, you're gonna feel a lot better. So I hope this helps. Hope you guys enjoyed my little background here, this little oasis that we're in. As Todd would say after our stretching or after our yoga, namaste. But hope you guys